We often think we should understand what we see and know what we like, but art can be challenging. It has meant different things in moments and history. Now, art gives us access to the way other people have seen the world. This is the Art Express, and welcome to the show.
The two-day exhibition features a curated series of new works exploring themes of promise, guidance, peace, and the journey of being led through changing seasons.
My name is Smita Ososhadi. So the artist is the daughter of my high school friend, and I am just surprised. I'm seeing the world through her own eyes, how she sees everything and what it means to her. I like this very much. Do you see the sun at the back and the water and how it reflects it on the water? That's the best part of that picture that I've seen.
My name is Dr. Onyonyo. I've seen most of the works here, if not all of them. They're fantastic, and of course they all tell, stories of Mother Nature, which of course I really like myself. Perhaps because of my background as a geologist, that means I deal with the earth myself. So seeing things that has to do with, the Mother Earth, I'm so fascinated. I'm really, really fascinated about things like that. So that is what it is. They're fantastic and great. And of course, when you look at how sediments are deposited, predominantly sediments are deposited by rivers, by river movement and all of that. And I can see the same thing here. So you can say that what I've been practicing for 20-something years, I'm seeing that same thing here. So that's one of the major reasons why I'm so fascinated by this particular one.
My name is Temilola Alabi. She's my daughter. She's been drawing from a very, very young age. When she was very young, she picked up drawing. I used to draw too, but I didn't follow that line. So I'm actually very proud, and I give God the glory that we're able to, do this art exhibition today. She has different types of artwork. The theme for this one is called the CONVENANT. Because we're Christians, the covenant is a promise between God and man. Okay? So you can see, if you see most of her artwork, it's about nature. So the ones she exhibited, for this particular purpose is about nature, and they're all beautiful.
I'm here to support her creativity, her creative work, and yes, that's why I'm here. And it's been a good experience with all the different things I've seen and all her digital expressions in paintings and all that. And I'm particularly thrilled about the theme of this exhibition. It's called the Covenant exhibition. It's like a fulfillment of some many things that she wants to do. So everything is coming together, and she's making a promise to be conscientious and good with what she has set out to do. Yes. I particularly like this work in particular because it's titled The Promise. It's a promise. Look at it. Look at the colors, the vibrancy, and I'm just looking at it in terms of the way I want my country to be. The promise. I want my country to rise above all what is going on now and be like a land filled with milk and honey, just like this picture, portrays. So that's why I'm actually connected to this particular picture among everything. So like Nigeria won't be like all about negative things, and we can thrive. Like this is, color, water, vibrancy, good things, all positive things. That's what this like pops out to me. Yes.
The collection is designed to reflect the emotional and spiritual journey of navigating life's transitions anchored on themes of trust and divine covenant.
My name is Temi Alabi. I'm the artist behind Tizo Artistry. This is the Covenant. So this exhibition is more, it speaks, I talked about how it means promises. It speaks to the promises of God. I'm a Christian. I like that to show in my art, but not directly. So you won't see me drawing a cross, but you would see it in like the abstract work that I create. So it's to reflect the promises of God to me, to you, to everyone as well. I depict that through nature as well. I use a lot of rivers in the work that I create. I use a lot of nature, a lot of like green lands, flourishing lands as well. So you can see abundance, you can see growth, you can see wellness, you can see peace in these pieces. We have the promise and then we have burn. So the promise is a land that is promised. It's a land that is filled with milk and honey. It has abstract nature, so you can see like the river, you can see trees as well, you can see the sun in the horizon, and you can see some clouds, and are not typical white clouds, but they have the same color theme as a lot of the other works that I have, because that's the color palette of this exhibition.
Honorable Justice Olusegun Shogbola, I'm so impressed by what I've seen here, and they look very neat and natural. And it must be somebody, I can relate to somebody that has inspiration, somebody who can think very well. It must be a very good, somebody who can think deep, somebody that can think deep, to be able to come up with this kind of painting. The paintings are very neat. They are very educative. I think the artists have done a very good job. I've gone up to see what he did too. Very neat, and that's one thing that first attracts me to the paintings. They are very, very neat.
This exhibition celebrates the visual splendor and cultural depth of Efik dress traditions through the lens of contemporary painting. The central focus is the Onyonyo, a ceremonial garment whose voluminous form, detailed embellishment, and majestic bearing symbolizes feminine nobility in Efik culture.
My name is Dr. Michelle Uko. I'm from the U.S. Well, he's just one of the many artists that I know in Nigeria. He's doing extremely well, and we all appreciate him. He's a global artist. He's beyond the borders of Nigeria. So he has artwork that actually, I can't even think of the words, but his work makes a person, if he's painting, they come to life. I don't know if you had a chance to look at the paintings yourself, but everyone is here enjoying him from all over the world. He's one of a kind. He's gifted, he's talented, and he's blessed. Lots of people are gonna want his work, and they did buy his work, including myself. I can't wait to get one of these paintings home. So here's to Timmy. He's from Bielsa, and he represents Nigerian well, the new generation.
I am Adewole, Oluwatoyin Popola. What I've seen here, I've seen history, because I think this is history in portrait. The artists have actually portrayed the history of the people of the Niger Delta region. And one fascinating thing about what he has portrayed today, while listening to him, there are some things that we have actually missed, and is trying to connect us to our past through the work he has portrayed today. So I think this is what I've experienced today. History in art. Yeah. So the one over there, it's really beautiful. The artists actually made use of so much colors, in displaying his work.
My name is Abimbola Adekoya. I like the colorfulness and the authenticity of what we are displaying out here. And like I mentioned earlier, it's because this is Africa, you understand, and because I don't reside currently in Africa. I'm a diaspora, I'm living in the UK, for example, and I've been here today. I can relate with it. I'm very proud of what I'm seeing, and I'm loving it because it shows our privacy, it shows the originality of our work, it shows the colorfulness of the people we are, and that is unique. And I think things like this are things we need to exhibit a lot more. We need to showcase, rather than the poverty in the land or the politics that's not working or the infrastructure that is missing. It is bringing out the things that work for us. It's the originality of Africans, and I think this is just fantastic to see. And I'm very happy that I'm here today.
Timi Kakandar's body of work, characterized by brilliant color, assured brushwork, and rich texture, pays tribute to the artistry inherent in Efik adornment. Elements like coral beads, floral motifs, layered fabrics, and graceful figures are depicted not just for their aesthetic appeal, but as powerful emblem of dignity, cultural continuity, and pride.
My name is Timi Kakanda. This exhibition, I believe, is worth doing because it's like recreating history. And as an artist, one of our goals should be to recreate history, let people know about what was and the present, and sometimes what is to come. So artists over the years have been involved in this kind of storytelling. Artists are like mirrors to society. So I decided to take on that role in this exhibition to talk about our past, especially our dress culture, the history of our dress culture. That's what brought about this exhibition. Woman in a ceremonial costume referred to as the Onyonyo. Now, this Onyonyo is, it has roots taken from the 18th, 17th century. And it's actually a dress, or dresses, the Victorian dresses that was handed down to the Efik people. And over 150 years, it became the cultural dressing for both public occasions and cultural ceremonies. So this exhibition is built around a cultural ceremony called the Onyonyo.
Right. My name is Kudus Onikeku, and I am the Center Director and the CEO for Jerando Center for Yoruba Culture and History, and I'm also the Artistic Director for Afropolis 2026. For me, art is, something that is entirely connected to human emotions, human endeavors, human creativity, human feelings. And there are some people who are able to capture all of these emotions, these feelings, this way of expressing themselves into something tangible. And those tangible things, whether it's in form of a poetry or music or dance or film, for me, that's the expression of art. And so for me, art is mostly about, personal ways of, expressing oneself in a creative way, and then putting that in a tangible product or a tangible form that can be shared with other people. I think the African story is a way more broader story. It's a way more complex story, and one of the things, especially as a director of a center like this, also a festival like Afropolis, is to be able to create spaces and avenues where all these multiple forms of expression can meet together, can be together, whether it's dance or music or poetry or writing or literature, where people can realize that there's not so much gap between them, and then to also allow for people to be flexible, to be multiple in their ways, and allow for all of these differences to share the same space. No, Afropolis has been actually something that has started 10 years ago. But 10 years ago, it started as dance gathering. And dance gathering was going on until COVID. During COVID-19 in 2020, we had to go online. And then in our coming back in 2021, we changed the name from Dance Gathering to Afropolis, mostly because as at that time, then there was now the international interest. People were asking to also have editions of that in their own festivals or in their own countries. So in 2021, it was done in Barcelona. In 2022, it was done in Marseille in France. And in 2023, it was also done in Lyon in France. While 2024 was more or less the first Afropolis we had in Lagos, which coincided with the opening of Jerando Center. And since then, we've been making sure that it happens in Lagos. So this will be, actually last year it happened in Paris in 2025. And this will be the second edition in Lagos. Afropolis 2026 is happening at the Jerando Center. Of course, for obvious reason, I am the director of the Jerando Center. And apart from that, we consider that Jerando Center, especially for our theme this year, which is Sanctuary, we consider Jerando Center as a sanctuary for creatives and for creative thinking and creative endeavors. So we are very open to the creative industry, to the creative people in general, to come and be part of something that we are also building towards the future.
Not do or die, they must suck us dry. Squeeze our resistance till we all comply. Then go buy off your voice, silence your votes. Prostrate you finish till you self-implode. When they come at your dignity, kidnap humanity, turn you to animal, fighting for survival. Loyalty, now caution, courage, now mortuary. Everybody gets agenda with a mercenary enterprise.
It's always my pleasure to take you on this walk with Lee. Now love art and live art and have a great time. My name is Cholokwe Lamidi. See you then.